Hey, good morning and welcome back everyone to another random video. Today we are going to work on the Raptor, doing a differential change, fluid change. Let's just get right to it. We're gonna have to remove the spare on it. So you want to grab your key, remove this lock back here. Grab your tool. This tool, your spare kit, removal tool and all that stuff, it's going to be underneath the back seat. There we go. You start turning this around, you're going to start seeing the spare jack come down, as I can see it right now. The spare jack, why did I just say that? The spare tire. As you can see, it is a full spare. Whew. Man, this wheel has seen better days. Now that I look at it, I might replace this. It's looking pretty rough. Spare. We're underneath the truck now. Just to show you, this is where the spare goes. Just so we can have all this clearance right now to work with. So what we're gonna do is remove these bolts all the way around. As you can see, we got a little bit of leakage there going on. So it's a good time just to replace the gasket and everything. You're gonna remove these two pins up here for these lines. Be careful with it, and then remove the bolts around it. Your fluid is gonna drain from the bottom. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and begin. This, you just remove it up here. Like I said, be careful with it. They're just little push pins, little clips. Put it above the brake line. Then now, remember that there's these certain pins go up here. If you do forget, just come back and line it up. Like, okay, that's where it belongs, in case you forget. So I'm just going to slightly unbolt it. The top one I'm not going to remove completely because we want the fluid to drain from the bottom. It does feel like it has Loctite, or maybe that's just a gasket that's been in there for this entire time. So what I have here is some painting tools. Let's try to get that in there. Yep, perfect. All right, here we go. As you can see, a little bit of fluid is starting to come out. I'm curious why it's seeping like that, though. If anybody knows, let me know. There we go. Now, the fluid doesn't look black or anything like that. As you can see, it's still a brown color, but I'm gonna go ahead and change this because this is there, so I'm assuming the gasket is giving out. I will show you what I'm going to be installing. There we go. Now, while that is draining, let me show you what I got over here. I have one hand. 1 second. I'm going to be installing a new differential cover. This is a Spicer, and I have a lube locker gasket. All right, part number is right there. Now the good thing with this one, you can see the oil wasn't too bad. It's not too black. Well, it's not black at all, really. It's actually brown, but I just wanted to go ahead and deal with that. I don't know if it's seeping through slowly but surely, so I'd rather just get a new gasket, and while I'm doing that, just get a new cover. So the good thing with this is that instead of doing everything that I just did, and you ever have to change your change your oil, it's got a drain plug now. And then you got your fill ports. So this one, the top one is if you're filling like high, like lifted trucks. Mine is just normal, so we'll be using this one. Before you install that though, you want to make sure that these are torqued down to specifications. I believe, oh, and you want to use the factory bolts around here. The ones that I took off, clean them off. Those are the ones you want to use. From what I've seen and read, you don't want to use the ones that come in the kit. Pretty much the ones in here. You don't want to use that. So let's go ahead and torque these down first. Well, let's go ahead and torque down the top one. You know what? We'll just do it afterwards, all right? So let's get back to that. This is why we left the top ones on. Now that it's drained, we'll take these off. Bam! And here it is. This is the old one. I must say the new one, it is significantly heavier. So that's a good sign. Now all of this stuff you're gonna want to clean. Okay, so first things first is before you clean this mounting surface, oh, there's still oil in there actually. There's still oil down here in the bottom. Let's go ahead and grab something to remove that. So this left oil here. Uh-oh, I just made a mess. See that? I'm gonna get all that out of there, as much as you can. Now this is an electronic locking differential, so you don't need that additive when you start adding the oil. Just add the oil as it is. There's only some differentials. I believe the limited slip ones, those are the ones that you're gonna need to add the additive. All right, this stuff is pretty dumb. Let's go ahead and just use my finger. Okay, that little sump. Oh, nope. Once you get this fully dry, we'll continue. All right. Okay, so now that that's drying, you want to grab a rag because you are going to be cleaning the mating surface of this. So you want to make sure nothing gets on the gears. So you can see my rag is from Amsoil. That is actually the oil that I am pushing in here. Here we go with another rag. And here's where you want to start scraping off. Like that. You don't want that to get in there. And you're going to do that all around. Okay, so we got the mating surface complete. If you do see like a little bit of rust spots, I used a wire wheel. Extremely careful. Again, you want to make sure your rag is in the gear, covering it. Then you want to spray a little bit of brake clean just around it. Clean this off. We should be good to mount the other one. You also want to make an inspection of your gears. Mine, I say no grind gears, no anything like that. So I'm good to go on this one. I'm pretty excited about that. This is a 2014. We're already in 2024, so you see no grinding, no shavings. Truck should be lasting. You do preventative maintenance, truck should be lasting a while. So let's go ahead and now start buttoning this up. Now when it comes to the lube locker, which is the gasket, it does go one way. So obviously let's do the easiest way, the orientation, right? So you know the orientations go this way. You want to make sure your holes line up. Okay, so this hole up here and this one right here, let me show you. So every hole is lining up except this one right there and the one on top, right? So what you want to do is just flip it around. And now all the holes are lined up. And that's how you're going to install it. It doesn't need anything else. No lubrication, no gasket maker or anything like that. So let me bring my handy dandy, humongous new heavy differential cover. So the one thing I'm gonna do is this one that's gonna be there. So let's put just a bolt here, just so it'll be there, just so it'll hold for now. So here's this monstrosity. I'm gonna try to balance it as much as I can. Remove this bolt. Try to squeeze it in there. Replace the bolt. Okay, so now the bolt is on there. It's just holding on. Okay, so here we are. Put everything back, or put everything back-ish. And this is what I mean. This is a little trick. If you forget where these studs go, just go ahead and line up your cable, and that's where it goes. So I'm just going to cover secure this in a star pattern somehow, some star, a weird star. But I'm not gonna torque it all the way down. I'm going to do that with a torque wrench. This is just to secure it in place. Okay. Then we grab the torque wrench. Got my torque wrench with a deep socket, 13 millimeter. I don't think I've ever I didn't mention at the beginning of the video. 13 millimeter for the bolts. And yeah, let's get it secured. Now the drain bolt and the fill bolts are going to be 22 foot-pounds. So let me, is this a 3, yep, 3/8. Yeah, you see that's super loose. All right, drain bolt. Okay, and this one we're gonna loosen up because that's the one we're going to use. Perfect. Okay, now my oil of choice is going to be the Amsoil 75-140. The manual does call for 75-85, but there was an updated lubrication list from Ford themselves, which I'll put a snapshot here about it and show you why I went with this then. So it is compatible. Open up the cap, remove your safety spillage cover, put back on the cap, remove your top cap. It's going to take 4 quarts, or just under 4 quarts. I like it how it's so easy, you just shoot it in there. All right, that's not it. That was me. That I removed the. I just wanted to make sure it was filling. Let me clean this off so we're not getting confused. All right, bag number 4. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So it almost just took all of it. Yeah, it's starting to come out again. All right, so I believe we are full with that. Our torque wrench, and again, this one is going to go to 22 foot-pounds. All right, that's 22 foot-pounds right there. Now, I believe the original takes about two and something quarts, but because this is a little bit bigger and it's wider, there's more space in here for that. But there it is. That's pretty much it, guys. We've wrapped this up. What I'm going to do here is just clean this on the bottom. it's not aesthetically pleasing to me. That way, if I do have a leakage, I know exactly where it'll be. All right, guys, well, there it is. How to replace your diff cover with the new, well, not the new, but the Spicer one. Oh, just a heads up, there's a one that says Ford Performance. It is the same cover. Spicer, apparently, Dana Spicer apparently makes the one Ford Performance, but that one is well over 200, even into the $300 range. This is well below $200, but it's the same manufacturer. So just the branding. If you want to just take this off and put Ford Performance on there. Well, there it is, guys. How to change the differential oil and put a new diff cover there. Again, Dana Spicer on the 2014 Ford Raptor. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Off to another random video.